Hey, fight fans, this is Ted Check. Okay, so the most recent JRE, Joe Rogan Experience, that's Joe Rogan's podcast. On that show, he had Brendan Schaub, who recently, just this past weekend, as a matter of fact, at UFC 181, was pretty well destroyed by Travis Browne. And so Joe Rogan, since it's his podcast, and since he is the color commentator for the UFC, and he's a good friend of Brendan Schaub's, well, he was. I don't know if he still is. No. He took it upon himself to have a real man-to-man, mano-a-mano, heart-to-heart, tough love talk with Schaub. Actually, some people even called it an ether. I wouldn't go far as to say it's an ether because usually with that there is, there's some vitriol there. There's malice involved in an ether. I think that Joe Rogan was actually doing this because he cares about Brendan Schaub, because they are friends, and he doesn't want to see Schaub get hurt anymore. So the heart-to-heart talk was basically that Schaub has endured enough and is not fit to fight the top guys in the heavyweight division and should retire. That's essentially the gist of what he was saying. So, he was saying, let's see, let's just get to some of it here. Give you some quotes. He's saying, you are not fighting at that level. You are going to get fucking hit, man. I worry. You leave more openings. You have vulnerabilities. This is what Joe Rogan's telling Brendan Schaub. Let's see here. I worry about your commitment to fighting and where you stand. You have one foot out the door. A very dangerous space to be. You are a smart dude. You know about concussions you have had. The reality is I don't see you beating elite guys. You have no fluidity. There is shit other people can do that you can't do. Schaub tells Rogan he can wrestle Kane. You would be surprised. Then Rogan says, I think you would be surprised. Kane would fuck you up. Ha ha ha. Or, well, ha 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 is what somebody else wrote. Some say that only a fighter knows when it's time for them to quit. Others would argue, if you're Dana White knows when you should quit, because look what he's done for guys like Chuck Liddell. He said, hey, I'm not going to give you any more fights. This is a friend, who obviously has very, very close ties with the fighting business, telling a current fighter, you need to stop because I worry about your brain and the trauma that it's already taken and what it could take if you continue fighting guys on the level of Travis Browne and even higher. Anybody who's up above him. Fabricio Verdum, Cain Velasquez, Junior Dos Santos, and on and on. Those guys. So it was very interesting to see this. This is as frank a discussion as you're going to find. I mean, and Brendan Schaub was blindsided, for all I can tell, blindsided by the whole thing. Dumbfounded, just totally, out of left field, like did not expect this. I mean, probably knew he was going to get a little bit of criticism for losing, and probably thought, oh, they'll just ask me, what happened in the cage. Why did I lose? But I'm sure he didn't expect this. But it's refreshing to see. It's refreshing to see this, and hopefully Schaub will take it to heart. I mean, at the very least, he needs to sit down and contemplate things and go through a full battery of medical tests and, talk with his family, talk with his managers and anybody else who's close to him. I'd say at the very least that would be a good thing to do. Let me know your thoughts on all this. Leave your comments down below. Subscribe down below. That's it. Take care. See you next time.